a police officer or be in the army.
But it's just like me just working up to what I can do.
We have to be concerned with how we serve families in very practical and intentional ways.
I came to Hope as a 10th grader and graduated last spring, and now I'm a freshman at North Hennepin Community College.
So I started Hope in 3rd grade, which was through my whole time period, about 10 years. I graduated from Hope class of 2014, and I'm a freshman at North Hennepin Community College.
Hope was very different from my previous school. I went from a public school to a private school, so huge difference.
Darrius, sophomore year, he was a new student, and like he was kind of going through some rough stuff. Kind of like had some trouble with, I don't know, like following the rules at Hope.
Kind of a rough year. I was doing the dumbest things and getting detentions and almost getting kicked out of school.
We ran into quite a few incidents throughout the year, and we were at the point at the end of the year of almost having to ask Darrius to leave.
So our class was just like really tight-knit. We were brothers basically, so you know, we were all open to listening to each other for advice.
So we actually asked the 10th grade, the sophomore guys, if they'd be willing to meet with Darrius. So I was going to meet with them, and they said, "No, Mr. Ziegler, we've got this." And so they didn't want me in the room, they wanted to meet with Darrius by themselves.
One day during school where we had like just open time, we just went into Miss Mendez's classroom, just talked to Darrius. Just got it like time to just open up with each other.
And they made me realize that I need to get my act together, and because they really love me and they really care for me, and they didn't want to see me go nowhere else.
Basically, we just told Darrius, like, man, you got to get your act together, or you're not going to be at Hope anymore. Like, they're going to kick you out.
It kind of opened my eyes on how I really need to start taking school serious.
He left the room as a different person.
He listened to it because he changed. Like, we saw like a big change during like junior and senior year.
And one of the things that I think about when I think about Darrius in that sophomore class is the verse about iron sharpening iron, and that's really what was happening in this situation.
We felt that like God was using us to speak into Darrius's life, and he was also using us to speak into each other's lives, so it worked both ways.
I'm a single parent as a result of leaving an abusive relationship. I heard about Hope Academy through a coworker who had heard that they did a sliding fee scale.
You know, I got to know Tyler and her family several years ago when I served as one of the pastors at a congregation that she attended.
My youngest son started going to Hope. He had a lot of behavior issues and stuff because of previous trauma. His teacher, I felt, went above and beyond what she had to do to make sure that he was successful to try to help him.
She had significant challenges, but she was so desirous to see her and her family grow more deeply in Christ.
They love learning about God. They love that they can go to school and pray and have chapel and sing with Mr. Greg. That's always a highlight.
My favorite thing about Hope Academy is like all the people here, they like accept you and make you comfortable, feel like you belong.
They bring everything home, so it causes me to grow spiritually because they're coming home and sharing scriptures that they're learning or Bible stories that I literally have never heard of before. So they're teaching me as much as they're getting taught, so our family just grows together spiritually.
You get to talk about God and explain your feelings about Him, and they help you with schoolwork.
I can go into the parent resource room and flop down on the couch and just chillax for a while. That is awesome. The Mom's Bible Study on Wednesdays, that has been really cool.
I met Tyler last year when I had her son Zarian in my class, and this year I am Corday's teacher. It was pretty clear right away that she was sacrificing a lot for her children and doing a lot of hard work with them.
My favorite subject in school is math. My favorite thing about Hope Academy is when we go to family worship with Mr. Greg. When I grow up, I want to be a police officer or be in the army.
And I love working here because I love getting to work with the neediest students, but I especially love that we get to share the deepest truths about who God is with those students.
My oldest has struggled a little bit in school.
My favorite class is Bible class, and I like how Mr. Gillespie explains to us and how he helps us with the work and understand the Bible more.
I have teachers calling me on a regular basis to make sure that I know what's going on, to see if there's any way that we can get on the same page to be able to help. It's just awesome.
A lot of my life I've been told by certain people I can't do certain things. Little people can do big things. Doesn't matter what size you are or how old you are.
Tyler and her family are one of the great examples of not just how God has allowed us to be a blessing, but in fact how her family has been an absolute blessing to the Hope Academy staff, teachers, and family here. It's an honor to come alongside and serve her.
There's no way that I'd be able to afford a private education for my children without you. Thank you.
After I graduated from Hope Academy, I started a job at Target to help get myself through school. When I finished college, I want to be in youth ministry or be a counselor at a school. If those guys hadn't came to me and we talked about that, I'll probably be right back at that public school doing all the dumb things the other kids were doing.